Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my beautiful people. It's your dirty Uncle Rebel. How's it hanging, lads and ladies? Your old Uncle Rebel had a few weeks off to get the new studio in action. And check out my new weapon, it's way bigger than yours. I'm not a poof, but the missus loves spinning rainbows and pretty pink cables, and we're trying to get an epileptic diagnosis so we can pension out on disability baby like any trustworthy Aussie bogan would do. So what's going on in the prize fighting game? Let's have a yarn about it. Canelo and Tyson Fury, bloody hell, what's the fudge? Let's have a closer look. Canelo and Fury seem to be at the same stage in their careers. In their 30s, they know better days have passed. They both have amassed similar legacies that they are now protecting at this later stage in their fighting life. Well, what's wrong with that, you ask? Well, nothing in my view. I'm a die-hard Canelo and Fury fan. Even I can see that after achieving their goals of becoming champions, they are now, rather than defending their belts against qualified mandatories, or in a sense taking the harder legacy fights, Canelo and Fury are occupying their positions as champions to cash in on the fights that pay more against opponents with lesser skill. I personally appreciate this. Not that I like it, but I get it. The problem for me is governing bodies of boxing. What's the problem with boxing? Well, the problem with boxing is the governing bodies, and they're basically allowing the big name fighters to fight who they like. And the governing bodies will not strip Canelo or Fury of their belts because the sanctioning fees the governing bodies of boxing get from the big ticket fighters is a lot of coin. This is why the governing bodies call mandatories on lesser known fighters, because lesser known boxing world champions don't make as much money for sanctioning bodies, especially in the long run. So the more champions and world champions, and world championship fights the governing bodies of boxing can turn over, the more chances of getting money for governing bodies, basically. It's mathematics 101, mate. And the belt might also end up with somebody who is a big name ticket who makes a lot of money for the sanctioning bodies. So if you keep those fights pumping out, eventually the belt's going to end up with a big name that will make more money. You just can't leave the belt just sitting there with a world champion that doesn't make coin. You've got to turn that over. Where the big ticket fighters, they're allowed to sit around for 1 or 2 or 3 years, like the Charlos and the Furies and the Canelos. So the governing bodies of boxing will let the big name fighters fight when and who they want, because the money is just so damn good. And the rest of the lesser known champions are just making chump change for the governing bodies, basically. That's how it works, mate. Mathematics dictates that the governing bodies of boxing turn over some world championship fights that don't make as much money as the pay-per-views do. It's as simple as that. Every mandatory called on a lesser known world champ and every break given to big name fighters is an economic decision made in the corporate room by some fat dude smoking a cigar. That's pretty much it. In saying that, a Tyson Fury fight with Francis Ngannou is acceptable to me, if the fucking belt is on the line. If not, the fight is not worth top dollars at the box office, in my view. If Fury doesn't put the belts on the line against Ngannou in this day and age, the spectacle will lose its luster, in my view. Same with the Canelo fight. I want to see Charlo put his belts on the line in some freak show fashion, maybe a good old ladder match in true WWE style. That would be... On a serious note, I think they need to find a way to get Charlo to put his belts on the line against Canelo, or just strip him naked and flog him. Now that's a bit harsh. I just think strip Charlo of his undisputed crown and stop holding up the bloody divisions, you hear? And if Fury doesn't put his belt on the line against Ngannou, strip him too. I'm telling you, buddy, Fury's as out of shape downstairs as he is upstairs. Leave him on, big boy. But we bloody love you because you beat the shit out of Wilder and that Ukrainian dude. Well, you beat the piss out of one Ukrainian dude. You got one left, you big dosser.